one was going to be stricken with the curse of Borovitz and would become ill. Halfway up the slope in the entrance to Borovitz was a coal-sighted-in Mayan urn containing water which dripped from the ceiling. Apparently by drinking of this water, one could not get affected by the curse of Borovitz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Any draft?
yeah, it's draft, but really unstable.
Undoubtedly the most important cave entrance in the area, Borovitz is blocked by a jumble of rocks, now populated only by bats. By now, the leads supplied by the local people are flowing fast and furious. Rio Salada is another promising cave further along the escarpment, the entrance of which is guarded by a beautiful and very deep lake.
All the climbing gear in there.
A 100 feet inside, Steve Foster climbs with the aid of expansion bolts to reach the only possible way on.
It became obvious during the aid climb that the cave was in fact very dry, very dusty. There appeared to be absolutely no airflow, and from the reaction of people sitting at the bottom, they seemed to be getting very tired and listless, appeared to indicate CO2 build-up.
Some bats flying around up here.
There are any free climbing possibilities?
One more bolt, I think.
We were also a little bit concerned because there were a lot of bats in the cave and it was very dry and very dusty, and it seemed a possible indication that the cave could possess histoplasmosis.
Okay, yeah, I'll just put the wedge in there.
Oh, good. Yeah, can you see over the edge, Steve?
Nearly. Just one step up and it closes down everywhere. No, there's not much possibilities, no.
Is there a tube behind you?
No. The bats are just circling around, they're not going anywhere. No, that's it, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks after the exploration of Borovitz and Rio Salada, 5 members of the team and 4 of the film crew are struck down by histoplasmosis. In addition, they are also diagnosed as having typhoid. Suffering from shortage of breath, weakness and fever, the 6 most badly affected are flown to the American-British Cowdrey Hospital in Mexico City. Dave Gill explains the nature of histoplasmosis.
Histoplasmosis is a disease that can be picked up in caves which are fairly dry, inhabited by bats. For the most part, we're ignorant about the disease histoplasmosis. We don't know very much about it. We don't really know how serious it is. Well, we've realised now, of course, now we've got it.
I've been speaking to a doctor before I came out, and I knew that it was a fungal infection of the lungs that you got by breathing in where the bat guano was.
I think if you're fairly fit and strong, you've got a fairly good chance of survival. I would think if you're older and weak, you're going to die. We've heard cases of archaeologists in San Cristobal a few weeks ago that out of the 13 archaeologists that contacted the disease, only 2 of them survived.
I think it'll take a few weeks for me to get back to normal again, but I think when I do start recovering and regaining fitness, I will do so quite fast.
How does Gail feel about going back?
Well, I'd love to go back in and have another look at the end of Veshtikok.
What do you think your signal's going to be, Bob?
Well, not.
But the curse of Borovitz ensures that Gail and Dave take no further part in the exploration of Veshtikok. 5 expedition members and 2 of the film crew are flown back to England for further treatment.
Okay. If I don't get through,
The challenge of Veshtikok is now taken up by the southern contingent of the expedition, with sump diving experience from their native Mendip Hills.
be obliged.
With only a face mask for assistance, Bob Court decides to have a go at free diving the 3rd sump, believed to be impossible without breathing apparatus.
You're going to hold the line, are you?
Yeah.
With a safety line tied to his wrist, Bob approaches the sump. The operation depends upon perfect coordination between Bob and Darnie Bradshaw, who's holding the safety line. 3 tugs on the line will mean that Bob has got through to the other side. The margin for safety can be counted in seconds.
Yeah, okay. I'll keep it tight.
Yeah, it seems to go down deep.
Does it? How deep do you reckon?
It's about 4 feet, I should think.
Yeah?
Just keep a tight line for a second. I'm just going to go straight down to start with, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's a fair bit of dip on that, isn't there?
Yeah. Don't know how far it's going to go, do you?
Yeah, it's, what I said first of all, it goes down on the slab about 4 foot, and I see the passing 4 and off after. I don't know what it's going to be. I haven't got a clue. Right, Dad, you give me a line and I've got to get through this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, I'll give you the 3 tugs, something I get through if I do.
Right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Take care.
Here he goes.
Yeah, there's plenty of line, it should be alright.
Wind's going out.
It's fairly long.
Yeah. Jesus. Hang on. Stop. Yeah, he's through. I think he's
Hang on.
through.
2, 3. It's through.
Yeah, there.
Great.
Yeah. Grand job.
Bob describes how he passed the sump.
The committing part of this sump was coming up the other side. On the 3rd attempt, I went deep and went up to the other side and did manage to get my head out, being prepared all the time to turn round and make a run for it back. There was a risk there. The risk seemed valid. There was enough airspace, and the gains were enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, here he is.
And you can feel him on the line. Yeah. Up. Way! Cracked it.
All right.
Yeah, we're through.
Is there passage going on?
Yeah, I'm near the stream.
Grand job.
Cracked it.
Well done.
About 12 foot long, the sump.
Is it?
Yeah. Cool. It was a bit hit or miss though.
Quite bad.
Bob's achievement in cracking Sump 3 meant that there was a very real chance of finding an extensive cave system, as Tony Jarrett explains.
We managed to explore and survey, I think it was just under 2 kilometres of passage. The stream passage closed up as we'd already suspected, but after climbing into high-level passages in the roof, Bob and Darnie managed to climb a flowstone cascade in a large chamber, and on we went. It was a large passage, beautiful. This went on for 400 metres, which at the present time is the end as far as we're concerned. This is exactly the sort of thing we'd come to Mexico to look for.
The survey shows 3 miles of passage explored, 1,000 feet of height gained from the entrance, and more than 10 possible ways on. The expedition is defeated by lack of time and illness, but the potential for the deepest and longest caves in the world remains enormous. The discovery in 1967 of Golondrinos, an immense vertical limestone shaft, was the stimulus which turned the attention of cave explorers throughout the world to Mexico. This dramatic 1,200-foot free hanging descent was an indication of the potential for cave discoveries on the epic scale.